guys, I'm Juliette. Welcome back to Celeb Bites. Today we're going to be trying Cameron Diaz's Whatever-You-Got-Ramen. I saw this on her Instagram and I've been dying to try it. Let's get started. So the first thing Cameron Diaz does for her secret ramen recipe is she starts with 3 cups of chicken stock. So we're just going to pour this into a medium-sized pot and heat it up on the stove. Now we have the chicken stock boiling on the stove. We're going to start sauteing all the vegetables that Cameron Diaz puts in her ramen. Just a little bit of oil. That was a little too much. Then we're gonna just pour our shiitake in here. Do you hear that sizzling? It's sizzling up. So Cameron Diaz actually was the voice of Fiona in Shrek. I used to love Shrek. I used to watch it literally every weekend when I was a kid.
Ogres are like onions.
They stink?
Yes. No.
Oh, they make you cry?
No.
Oh, you leave them out in the sun, they get all brown, start sprouting little white hairs?
No.
They had this gingerbread man character in Shrek, and that was my favorite character. No offense, Cameron Diaz. I loved Fiona too, but the gingerbread man was like my favorite.
Not the buttons. Not my gumdrop buttons.
All right, I think these are getting pretty crispy, so we're just gonna put these on a plate. I'm just gonna add more oil and then we're gonna add some carrots, celery, and broccoli to the pan. I think this recipe is whatever you got in the kitchen. That's kind of how her recipe is. So even if you wanna add different vegetables like that are good in your refrigerator, I think it'll be okay to add them. So you could customize this however you want. Okay, so the veggies are looking tender right now. So we're gonna add the mushrooms back into the pan. So we're gonna add the garlic and shallots and ginger to the pan. I love ginger, I think it's so good. Then we're gonna mix that all together. Then we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, and then we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of the red chili paste. It smells so good in here. I don't know, I wish you guys can actually smell this. Fun fact about Cameron Diaz that a lot of people don't know. Cameron Diaz, back in the day before her fame, she went to high school with Snoop Dogg. And this was when Snoop Dogg wasn't in the spotlight either. And Cameron Diaz actually bought weed off Snoop Dogg when they were in high school. Can you imagine Cameron Diaz buying weed off Snoop Dogg? I think that's the most hilarious thing ever. I think that's just crazy how small of a world it is sometimes. Cameron was also named one of Time's Heroes of the Environment back in 2009 for her just environmental activism. She talks a lot about the environment, how she likes to be environmentally friendly. I just think she's such a queen. So we have the chicken broth, it's all ready, it's boiled up. And we're gonna add Cameron Diaz, this is her ramen of choice, it's the lemongrass ginger ramen. So we're just gonna add our ramen pack into the boiling chicken broth. She adds 2 in her recipe, so with 3 cups of chicken broth. So let's just cook that for about a couple minutes. We got the noodles to a boil, the noodles are all ready. So we're just gonna add the seasoning packets that were in the ramen packets. Cameron does add these to her ramen. Some people don't like to add the seasoning packets, but for Cameron, she does. So we're gonna add those. So once you add the seasoning, just make sure that it's all mixed together well. We're just gonna crack 1 egg into the ramen. Hopefully I don't get an eggshell. This is like always like the worst thing. I always get an eggshell, so let's see. Perfect, perfect, okay. So make sure you kind of whisk that in before it turns into a scrambled egg because it cooks within the broth. You gotta use your arm. You gotta this is a workout mode. It's smelling so good in here. I'm so excited to try this. I've never had ramen like this. I've tried Kylie's ramen. Kylie's ramen is another famous celebrity ramen. All she does is add garlic powder, I think butter, and an egg. So this is definitely a little bit more complex, Cameron Diaz's ramen. So I'm excited because Kylie's is a little basic. Kylie's is definitely a little basic.
You're basic.
We're gonna add the veggies back in here. And then just make sure it's all mixed together and then we could serve it up. We have to garnish this ramen now. So we're just gonna add a dash of the rice vinegar into our ramen. Just add a little bit of that. She uses half a lime and she just squeezes that in the ramen, which will give it a nice sour taste. And then we're just gonna add a teaspoon of cilantro. Wow. This is looking like I got it at some authentic restaurant. I'm so excited to try this. Let's just get to trying it now. All right. Here is the moment of truth we've been waiting for. Cameron Diaz's Whatever-You-Got-Ramen. Wow. Wow. I'm actually so surprised. It's a good just mixture of everything. I need another bite. I need another bite right now. And the broccoli, don't even get me started on the broccoli. I love broccoli. And you can add whatever you want, any vegetables you like, whatever you got, it's whatever you got ramen. So the first bite was good, but I've been eating it for the past couple minutes, like just eating it again. And the ginger is very strong. Like I think my mouth, like the taste in my mouth is so gingery. It's just so strong because the teaspoon we added of the ginger. And the lime is also very strong too. I would probably give this ramen a 6 out of 10 just because I feel like the ginger was a little overpowering. So would I make this again is the question. And the answer is, I honestly don't think so. It's good, it's very healthy, you get a good mix of vegetables, but would I make it again is probably no. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and comment below what you put in your ramen. I'll see you next time, bye!